The reputation system in Destiny has changed a lot over the past decade. Originally in Destiny 1, you would rank up vendors and receive rewards for completing activities. This was changed in the launch of Destiny 2, which changed the reputation system into a token system, where you would earn tokens and redeem them at certain vendors for rewards. In The Witch Queen, Bungie returned to a more Destiny 1 style reputation system by making it so you only had to complete certain activities, which would rank up certain vendors. But now, in Edge of Fate, the reputation system is basically all gone, with some few exceptions. In this video, I'm going to be going over why I believe this change is a mistake and removes a lot of depth to the game. My name is Donkey, and welcome back to another YouTube video. I hope you guys have had a good day, and let's get into it. Logging into the game after the launch of Edge of Fate, you may notice a few things have changed. One being, our power level has decreased. There's this new system called the Portal, in which we play the majority of the game from. And there's this cool new destination called Kepler. Awesome. But you may notice there's a couple of things missing, and the one I'm going to be talking about today is the reputation system. With the launch of Edge of Fate, Bungie removed the reputation from the majority of the game, with some few exceptions. If I come over to Zavala here, you'll notice this reputation system is missing. Now all you have is a focus decoding, where you can spend Glimmer and enhancement cores on some old weapons and armor, and you can also do a weekly focus on certain gear for the week. The reputation system is gone. And this is the same for the Crucible, the Cryptarch, the Gunsmith, Xur, Gambit, and Trials of Osiris. All of these reputation systems have been removed from the game, with a few exceptions, that being Hawthorne, and some destinations like Neomuna, the Throne World, and the Pale Heart. The removal of the reputation system is a bit frustrating for me as a player, because when I go over to Zavala, I don't really see anything. I see these random boxes, which I click on, and I then focus on rewards. If I come over to Lord Shaxx, you'll see something pretty similar, where I can focus some legacy gear, but there's nothing here. And this is the same for basically every vendor in the game. We're going to the vendor, there's nothing. There's no personality, there's no rewards, just random boxes you can click on for random things. My problem with the removal of this reputation system is it feels like it's removed a lot of the depth and complexity of the game and replaced it with something a lot more soulless and empty, and makes a lot of the characters and vendors in the game feel completely useless. Here's Hawthorne, one of the last remaining reputation systems in the game. We have engrams you can earn at the top, a reward track you can use to get some extra rewards, and some bounties. This gives character to each character. There's a reason I come to the tower and I click on these characters and I interact with them so I can claim certain rewards. It's a response to the time I invest in certain activities. I could spend a bunch of hours in the Crucible, a bunch of hours in the Vanguard playlist, a bunch of hours in Gambit, and by doing so, I would earn reputation at these characters, and I could go there and gain some extra rewards. And when I would prestige and reset these ranks, I would get extra perks on my weapons. And through this system, you are directly rewarded for your time investment. It's easier to get these god rolls of these weapons because you spend time in this system. You spend time in the systems of the game so that you can make your grind a little bit easier. In the Vanguard and Crucible and Gambit reputation, you could earn a seasonal weapon. You know, one of these guns that had unique perk combinations that you wouldn't really see on other guns. And it would be a good way for new players to earn some pretty decent loot. And you could also, upon resetting your rank, get a cool skin for it, right? And now the system is removed and has been replaced with nothing. It doesn't exist anymore. And that's a big problem, because I have no reason to return to these characters. I have no reason to go to Zavala outside of, I guess, focusing a thing, right, at once a week. I have no reason to go to Shaxx. For literally no reason. There's no reason to ever go to Shaxx. I have no reason to go to Saint 14 outside of, I guess, to grab my Trials card, and that's it. I have no reason to go to these spaces in the game because there's nothing there for me. There's literally nothing. It doesn't exist. I get a bit of a feeling, a similar feeling I do now to when Beyond Light came out with the whole sunsetting and content vaulting ordeal, where it felt like more has been removed from the game than has been added, right? With Beyond Light, we lost a whole bunch of raids, a whole bunch of activities, and we lost like the majority of our arsenal. And in response, we got very little. and basically nothing. And now we have this new expansion where we have this new system, I guess, of the portal, but there's no new activities, right? We've lost Grandmaster Nightfalls. Now we have these conquests that you can do once per season. Additionally, we have lost this reputation system, and there's nothing. There's just nothing. I can spend all day, every day in Caldera and K1. I can grind Caldera and K1 all day, every day, non-stop, back-to-back on repeat to power level. But outside of that, I'm not interacting with anything else in the game. I'm purely doing this. There's nothing outside of the game, outside of Caldera, outside of logistics, and outside of the portal. There's nothing. There's no reason for me to go to the tower. I'm going to be completely honest. There's no reason. The only reason you go to the tower is, I guess, to decrypt your exotic engrams, to grab your once-a-week Zavala focus, to grab your lighthouse token, buy something at Xur. There's no other reason in the game to go to the tower and interact with any of these vendors. It doesn't exist. They removed it from the game. And so there's this level of social features of going to this social space where I go and I interact with a bunch of other players. I can see their fashion, do some emotes, play around with the ball. I can do all these things in the tower. And sure, I could still go and do those things, but the reason why these moments become fun and so special and influence the social ability of the game is because you're here for a reason. When I come to the tower before Edge of Fate, I'm not just here to chill and hang out and do some emotes in the middle of, of the courtyard. I'm here to do other things. I'm here to talk to Zavala and reset my rank, focus some rewards at Zavala after doing some GMs. I'm here to decrypt my prime engrams and focus some exotics at Rahul. I'm here to reset my Crucible rank so I can get better perks on my guns. There's reasons I'm here in the tower outside of socializing. But then when I get to the tower, and I'm here already doing other things, the social features come secondhand. I'm already here, might as well interact with other people in the tower. Might as well kick around the ball, do the floor is lava puzzle. We've lost like a level of social features in the game for the portal, right? We got the portal to make getting in the game easier, getting into activities easier. You click, go to your Netflix screen, click, boop, 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 bop, load up into Caldera, do my runs for the day, and then that's it. You log off. There's no reason to go to the tower. There's no reason to go anywhere. We've lost reason in this game. And reputation to me is this personification of this system where you just go to these vendors and there's nothing. What's the point? There's zero reason to go here. It's frustrating, man. I just don't see the reason why Bungie decided, let's remove the reputation system from the game. There's zero reason that Fireteam, Solo, and Pinnacle Ops shouldn't give you Vanguard rep. In the Crucible, you actually do get reputation, but you don't interact with the vendor. You don't interact with Lord Shaxx. So you kept the reputation system of Crucible, but you removed the vendor. Like, there's no reason to come to the vendor anymore. Why? Why? I'm sure some people out there will say, why should I have to? It's a waste of time to come to the tower, interact with the character, go blink, 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 blonk, 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 click on my buttons. But it's just a level of complexity, a level of depth, a level of nuance to the game, a level of universal world building, where I have to interact with the guy who runs the Crucible in order to get my Crucible rewards. I gotta interact with these characters, get to know them. How is a new player gonna know who Shaxx is when there's literally zero reason to ever interact with Shaxx ever in the game? How is a new player gonna know who Zavala is when there's zero reason, basically, to ever interact with Zavala more than once a reset? There's no reason. No one knows who these characters are, and no one cares because it's useless. They removed their point in the game. There's no reason Shaxx should even exist anymore in the game. Why does the Shaxx area, Crucible area of the tower even exist anymore? Because there's no reason for it to be there. There's no reason. I honestly hope Bungie reverses their decision and brings the reputation system back, because there's just no reason. And I'm going to end up repeating that over and over again. So might as well wrap it up here, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope I made sense in my rants. A little frustrating that the system has changed in this way, and in a way that removes more from the game than it seeks to add. It's a little frustrating, and I really hope Bungie reconsiders their decision to remove the reputation system from the game. But for now, that's it for me, guys. I'll see you in another YouTube video soon, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Peace out.